Jmikola reporting live. I'm here joined with me, Samra, and we are sampling some, yesterday we were having a conversation around the Mother's Day table about, is the video rolling? Probably not. No, it still is, okay. So we were having a conversation about some sodas. What were we talking about? Having birch beers?
Birch beers and red birch beer.
Red birch beer. Brett's Hut, I believe, has birch beer on tap.
Yeah.
And we mentioned it's really hard to buy. You can go to a store, you can get root beer, you get A&W, and these things, but you really can't get birch beers. But I did remember, you know, Boylan's does make birch beers. Some of the I wouldn't say off brands because they're excellent brands, but some of the lesser known brands. It's not your Coke and Pepsi that you're going to find everywhere. So we actually had to go hunting in Hoboken for this. Empire Coffee and Tea on, what would I say, 4th and Bloomfield. They have a few Boylan's products, and they have the cream and the root beer. Big fan of these. I've had these a long time. And Fiore's down on 5th and Adams, they also have a selection of Boylan's, and they have the birch beer and the creamy red. And I believe Mary Ellen here has had the birch beer.
Yes.
Has not had the creamy red?
No.
Okay. And going back to the liquor cabinets here, we like a lot of Amaro. And one of these is by Art and the Age. This is the Root. And they made an Amaro, and they also had, I want to say, what was the other flavor? It was, do you remember that flavor? Silent Cameraman? Anyway, rhubarb. They had a rhubarb liqueur. But the Root, which they still make, and I believe you can still get this. So this is a kind of it's an 80 proof, so it's pretty strong. We're maybe end on that. I don't know about Mom. But we'll start here with the cream soda, just to ease it up. The cream, these are twist offs. Yes, they are. So if you're in a pinch, you don't have a bottle opener, no problem. Just get out right there. So we're going to be using the Bon Maman cups here. And would you like an ice cube?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Okay. All right.
Cool.
All right. So these have been chilled. So we're just going to do a palate test here, and I want to first get your impressions on the nose. Some love for the camera woman there. Thank you. Okay, and this is the Boylan's cream. These are all cane sugar. Really goes without saying, but they do mention it on the bottle. And so what are the
Taste
what are the notes? You smell the cream.
Oh yeah.
It's there. It's got a nice fizz to it. It's not offensive. It's a smooth fizz.
Yeah.
It's a smooth fizz. But it's
too much.
It's a comforting cream soda. It's not. Would you say you can spot this out in the lineup? You can tell the difference between the cane sugar on this cream soda and what you might get in like an A&W flavor?
Yeah, A&W in a can doesn't taste as good as this.
That's nice. That's a nice cream. Some of our longtime viewers would know we recently, I wouldn't say recently, but pre-pandemic in 2019, we did the Bazaar soda tasting. There was a Rocket Fizz shop in Montclair, New Jersey. They had a whole bunch of weird sodas. It was like corn flavor and a little San Francisco fog. So I'd like to say this is the antithesis of that episode. And I'm much more looking forward to these selections. So that's excellent. We're just going to put that off to the side. Just tighten this up a little bit more. So that's the cream. I mean, this is really approachable. Everyone's capable to do that. Just gonna do it. Would you like a class rinse at all, or a palate cleanse?
Oh, all right.
Okay, just want to go in fresh. So next we're gonna move on to the Boylan's root beer, and this is root beer. So they actually don't tell you what the flavor notes. Carbonated water, cane sugar, natural artificial flavor. So you're really not getting an idea of what exactly is the blend coming in here. But for the root beer, let's see what kind of nose we're getting there. It's spicier. Oh, it's a little spicy. And you know it's still good when you get that little bit of cold air on the top there. Okay. This is the Boylan's root.
Steam coming out, like a steam.
So just take a bit on the nose first. What are you getting there? It's kind of attacking the nostrils there, isn't it? Yeah. It's sharp. It's got bite. More bite, I would say, than Barks has bite.
Oh,
and that's their marketing. See, Boylan's, they don't need to advertise. They're just quietly making good sodas here.
Yeah. I think I have A&W home. This is better.
This is better, yeah. And I mean, it's kind of hard because you don't get these in bigger bottles. So like they don't make 2 liters. Boylan's, I have seen Boylan's on tap before. And I'd say it's not as good. It's not necessarily as good. You've had Boylan's Birch on tap?
I had that at the Red Barn. I think it's the Red Barn. Red Barn. It was in Patterson, and we used to go there when I was a kid. That's
where you had Boylan's creamy red birch.
I don't know if it was Boylan's, but it was birch, red birch.
Red birch. Okay.
Yeah.
And that
I
was
do
before high
remember.
fructose corn syrup. That was probably just sugar. They didn't even tell you
Probably.
it was just sugar.
Right. They didn't tell you anything else. Yeah.
That's good. That's nice. The root beer, again, not bad. You need a rinse there?
You can
I think
rinse
so,
it
yeah,
up.
because we're going to the Birch beers. I want to get you ready for it.
Yeah.
So the cream soda is really not, I would say, in the same league. This is like, cream soda is a bit of a gateway soda. Here, once you get into the root beer, you're getting into the botanicals. You're getting into some of the spice, some of the good flavors there. And now comes the Birch beer, and it's my contention, and I'm prepared to debate anyone in this. I think root beer is just kind of smoothing the way there, but Birch beer, do you think Birch beer is where it gets real?
I think so.
Is that the threshold of
I
like,
always like birch beer much better than root
if you
beer.
had a choice between Birch beer and root beer, would you even consider the root beer?
No.
No, the root beer is made
Who
for
would?
people that can't. The Birch beer is
You
like, what's
can't get
Birch?
the birch beer.
Yeah, okay. Because root beer is a bit vague. Root beer could be carrots. It could be carrot soda. I don't know. There's some very inconsiderate drivers going by right now. Fortunately, we're not in the sound studio. We haven't been able to make those home improvements. Maybe next time. So this is the Birch beer. Still got a nice little wasp of the cold air on there. And put some first.
That's enough.
Okay, and we'll go for the camera one. Ooh. Now, is there a color difference here than what we got with the root beer? Is it
Darker,
It's definitely darker.
definitely. The other one was
And you're gonna prepare
caramel.
it's kind of hard to see in the bottles here, but this is gonna be
see
red.
red.
Yeah. So
It's
it does have a more of a caramel,
Mm.
and it's got a rich. It's like a subtle. It's under there. It just lets you know that there's more going on here than the root beer. So let's see what's going on.
Mm.
That is.
They're a little flatter though than a regular soda. Is it the cane sugar?
Oh, it could be their carbonation. Like you're expecting maybe
Yeah,
if you had
more
something out of a
bubbles.
can, more bubbles.
Yeah.
Oh, and what did Dad used to order when he came to Grandpa's house?
No bubbles.
No bubbles. So he might this might be okay.
I like that. That's good.
So Milo definitely needs a walk right now. He's pacing around under the table. After all these sodas, we're definitely going to need to go out for a pee.
We're gonna go out for a pee. You
Birch
and
beer.
Daddy.
Really delightful there, the Birch beer. And moving right along here, you go right to the creamy red. Would the camera woman like a rinse? Okay. I just want to say everyone laughed at me when I did bring all these props, but I'd like to say they're getting used. And now the creamy red Birch beer. Boylan's creamy red. Again, the ingredients, no indication of what's going on here. Oh, actually, no. Pure birch oils. Pure birch oils. Did we have that on the regular Birch beer? No, the pure birch oils. Okay, so you're not, oh, and this has vanilla. Interesting, so you're not, and this also has vanilla. So really just red 40 for color. So maybe there's not even a flavor difference. Maybe it's just the red 40. But with the root beer, they weren't really, there was nothing special in the ingredient list here. So that's how you know it's getting real. Milo, I swear we're taking you out soon. We're almost done here. Okay, time for the creamy red. Interesting. I think the bottle is actually not tinted here. So maybe they want to show off how red it is. That's interesting. And look at that red color. That's a rich. This is like a velvety. Oh, here's the cup. The camera woman.
I gotta hold it away from my shirt
In the
because
light there.
my shirt will make it look redder.
It's like a fine wine there. The tannins are really.
Does look like a wine.
I could watch a Paul Giamatti movie where he just drinks Birch beer. Now maybe it's the color, it could be a placebo effect, but I think this tastes better. But I'd honestly, I'd be happy with either of these. With either of the Birch beer.
Something on my tongue, like a
More than the regular Birch beer.
more than the regular one. Yeah, the creamy red. On the sides, in the back.
I do like the tinted bottle. I think keeping the UV light out is probably better for some sodas. Definitely for beer. That's why beer is typically canned or in dark bottles. But the creamy red and the Birch, I think, are both excellent. I do want to say, actually, I think I like the Birch beer, the regular Birch beer.
Regular
more.
Birch, yeah. There's something that
But there's the novelty of the red.
bites my tongue. I don't like it.
So I
But
wonder
I
if
used to like it.
I wonder if it's not just red, but there is some cream component here where they made it less of a bite on the flavors. And I'm just going to jump back really quickly to that Birch beer. I just want to taste it. Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay.
But yeah, that one, I think the Birch beer was
Oh, it's
the
got the
best.
bite. Yes. Even the carbonation, I think, is stronger. Okay, so creamy red and regular birch. So now you might want to tap out here. That's totally fine. But I'm gonna take a taste of the Art and Age Root. This is the 80 proof, and you can maybe find this at Sparrows. I think I did buy this in Sparrows uptown Hoboken. Ingredients: neutral spirits, birch bark, smoked black tea, cinnamon, wintergreen, spearmint, cardamom, clove, anise, orange, lemon, nutmeg, allspice, and pure cane sugar.
Wow.
Rustic spirit inspired by a complex 18th century Pennsylvania folk recipe, an alcoholic version of what eventually evolved into birch or root beer.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
I know that.
so we'll sit there, and with the camera woman like an ice cube. Okay, so from our Costco episode, we have Cynthia's thermos. Makes great ice container. And I'm just gonna, this was not refrigerated, it was right out of the Amaro cabinet. Just gonna try not to wake the baby there. It's got a space. I do want you to sample the nose on this though.
I smell the alcohol.
But do you smell the birch? Or any of it?
No, it's too much alcohol.
Too much.
No.
Too much.
Is it?
Too much.
Too much. MS. Too much.
There's no carbonation. The camera woman's making a face as if this is the most revolting thing she's had all day. And we did have some very old leftovers, so that's saying something. I'm not going to say this is better than the Boylan's. It's not as sweet, but it's a complex. I've struggled to find a way to use this in a cocktail recipe, and that's why this bottle is so full. But I like having it on hand, and it does complement the flavors. I can tell that it is pulling from a lot of the same flavors that we find in the birch beer.
What if you added birch beer to that?
And that's why Mom has great ideas. So I was actually thinking I was going to add some simple syrup and some seltzer to see what this might look like if the flavors were added to a soda. And you're basically doing, because this is, now it's maybe confounding the birch beer, but, and I'm going to be expedient here because again, the dog just really needs to go out.
Better?
That's not bad, and I'm going to top this up a little bit so you can have a sip to really drown out the taste of the alcohol.
Do I really want to? She said no.
It's still strong.
It's still strong.
Is it more complex in the flavor? There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, I'm sure this was very bad for me.
And I appreciate that they did tell us all the different components because I think that's really what's going on with these, but they're not going to give you the recipe.
And these?
Yeah, and on that bombshell, Milo is about to go on the carpet right now, so we're just going to head out. So Root Art and the Age, and let's just bring the line up once more. The Boylan's, the Birch, and the Creamy Red, both excellent. And I'm not going to knock them because they make much worse flavors. Like, why would you get Boylan's Diet Cane Soda? Like, it's not cane sugar. I don't understand. So don't get that. And then the root beer, the cream soda, both nice. Maybe the kids like the cream soda. That's what I enjoyed cream soda as a kid. Yeah. And then when I get older, you just want complexities in life. You want to do your own taxes. Maybe not. But when you do, go reach for a birch beer, Boylan's. Have a good night. Happy Mother's Day again. Bye bye.
Thank you.